There once was a mayor of Weatherfield.
Hang on. Who hadn't a clue our Featherfield?
Oh, aye, it's good as that, you know. A feather like off an end, like.
Yeah, that's one up to you, darling. There once was a mayor of Weatherfield who hadn't a clue our Featherfield.
So they gave him a little...
Bit of a tickle.
Now he always goes round with his eyes peeled. I'm sorry, it's just a silly little knack I have.
Talk about hidden talent.
Oh, you first shook me rigid there, Mrs. Walker.
Of course, I used to dash off a lot of verses when I was a girl. What is a Teardrop by Anne Beaumont? What is a teardrop, my beating heart cries?
Here, see what you can do with this one, love. There was a young lady of Flickers who once caught a mouse in her knickers.
There's no such place as Flickers.
Oh, why, they're getting dead rude now. They'll be off on their dirty jokes next to know this lot.
Night then, love.
Eh?
Oh, well, I'm sure Councillor Roberts will, respect your finer feelings as a lady.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll stop on a bit, because you can't just go, can you? I mean, you got to be a bit broad-minded in this day and age.
Oh, not yet, love.
Well, come on, we said an early night.
It's a party.
Yeah, all right, but that's your trouble. It's one long party, your life, isn't it?
Half an hour.
Look, I'm going across to Len's. I'll be 15 minutes. I'll expect the kettle on when I come home, you know.
There you are. Supper, Lan.
Oh, from the mayoral hand himself. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Mayor Electro. Is this what you want?
Well, there is now, love.
And who is the mayoress-elect? May one be permitted to ask?
Well, it's a good question, is that, Mrs. Walker? I'll let you know when I know the answer.
Oh. Hi.
Well, I've had better welcomes.
Oh, you're always welcome at the Fairclough Emporium, you know that.
Yes, that's the polite sort of things that fellas say on such occasions.
On such occasions as what?
When the wrong bird walks in.
You were never the wrong bird.
Well, you're improving. I don't know whether you're getting smoother with age or whether you're getting more honest. I don't know which.
Say honest, because it sounds friendlier.
Oh, I'll say whatever you like. I'll say I've come to sit down and have a good cry with you if it'll do any good. But what good it'll do apart from flood the place, I don't know.
And the rest, yeah. I've seen you cry.
Aye. Once or twice. Don't let it twist you up, Len.
It won't.
It hurts, though, doesn't it?
I think being shoved aside always hurts a bit.
You know, sometimes we watch them fellas on TV, them big important blokes, saying how well they run our lives.
I know the type.
Yeah, and I sit there and I think to myself, well, Chuck, inside that big, puffed-up, important bloke is a little insignificant bloke struggling to get out.
Some of them rate.
Aye, most of them don't, though. I think it's a game sometimes because they've naught better to do.
No. Have I?
Oh.
Hey, Rita.
Yes, Raymondo.
How about a bit of tra-la-la then, eh? Waggle the old tonsils a bit.
Whatever you like.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me.
What's up?
No, it's up, Chuck. I just wonder what you lot were doing while I'm studying working. I mean, for a start, you could put a new handle on the lady's lap.
What's she on about?
She's quite right. When one is in the entertainment business, one is never allowed to be off duty. It's just the same with me, dear.
Was it?
Oh, yes. You know, I could never go to a party without being begged to do Ivor Novello.
What do you have to say about
Or Franz Lehar. Of course, I never took it up professionally. You see, it wasn't considered quite nice when I was a girl.
No.
But I do sympathise.
Rita, right?
No, love, not even for you. My fellow artiste here has spoken for the both of us.
No, I wanted to talk about something else, actually. Len, as it were.
Oh. Broke.
You what?
Len Fairclough, we was just talking about it.
I was.
Broke. I mean, a woman can tell just by looking, can't she, Chuck?
If that's the direction she happens to be looking at the time, yes. Yes, love, you were saying.
Note. It was note, Rita.
Oh, is it?
All right.
Are you sure you wanted to open that?
Of course, I'm sure. Hang on. Hello, Fairclough speaking. Well, you can still ask her, can't you? Well, what? No, leave it, Jerry. No, I said leave it. It's all right.
Ask him if my
Hang
old
on.
man's still there.
Elsie says, is her old man still supping? Any message?
No.
There's no message. I'll see you later, eh? Yes.
Guess who's not coming to dinner?
Well, because he didn't flame and ask her, that's why. I didn't like.
Well, why should Jerry ask her? It was you that wanted her to come round.
Well, I didn't want to stand there with egg on me face in front of that goggle-eyed lot over there. Not for the second time in one night, for Pete's sake.
She still got the needle, has she, Rita?
Oh, I don't blame her.
Pathetic.
What is?
You is. The guy I used to know would have gone round there and dragged her back to his kid by her wig roots.
All right, then, all right. Yes, I go down and I pin her down and say, look, darling, I know we had a bit of a ding-dong because you had the idea that I thought you were a scrubber.
Yeah, and totally inadequate for a possible mayor-elect.
All right, fair dues. I didn't behave like I should have done, but I did phone you. And I was going to say I was sorry. Can we get back together again? But that was before I knew that I wasn't going to be mayor. But you're out when you phoned, and I can't prove it. And now it's too late. Why should she believe me?
Maybe she wouldn't. But maybe she'd believe me. Well, let's put it this way. Suppose he'd been knocked down by a bus and you were passing. Would you cross the road to help him?
That's entirely different.
Oh, no, it isn't. He has been knocked down.
Only his pride.
It's your flaming pride as well. He's just as hurt as if it was a 99 bus.
That's blackmail.
Only if you care about him.
Of course I blasted well care. You can't get clobbered by people you don't care about.
All right, then. If it's only blokes that you care about can hurt you, it's only blokes you care about can give you anything. You don't get much joy from strangers, you know.
Then in future I'll stick to strangers.
They don't stay that way.
Then I'll keep on the move.
On the run, you mean?
Put it how you like. There's got to come a time when he can stop crying.
When you're dead.
Did he ask you to speak to me?
No, as a matter of fact, he didn't. He asked Jerry. He was supposed to tell you that Len wanted you to go round.
Oh, poor lad. That wasn't fair.
He took one look at you and thought you'd eat him up, collar stud and all.
I probably would have an old frame of mind I was in.
Was?
Am. Look, I've no quarrel with Jerry, or with you. But if you're going to tell me that Len's quite willing to take little Rita back, now he's on the floor again. Now do it.
Look, Rita, he wanted you back before he knew he hadn't got the job.
Oh, come on, I've just fell off co-op.
Look, it's true, Rita. He rang you and you weren't in. Rita, it is true.
All right. Maybe he did. Maybe he did phone. Maybe he's not such a liar. That still doesn't alter the fact he thought I was rubbish. So, okay. Maybe I'll do for him again, for the time being. Till some other posh offer comes along, some other big business deal or official job. Then what? I get shoved back in the dustbin with the lid on? No, thanks.
He needs you, Rita.
And I need him. But I've got to survive, Elsie. I have to look after me. I'll see you.
Oh.
Is she still on the attack?
No. As a matter of fact, she's on the defence. And that's the most dangerous place for a woman to be.
Hey, come round, Elsie. I'm on it. Next door. Walk through the wall.
Oh, I can't. Alan will be home any minute.
Look, I've got a bottle of hooch here. I'm not going to pour it down the drain. Please.
All right. I'll walk through the wall.
Hey, Raimondo. How about a quick slurp of whatever it is you've got in that glass?
Lighter fuel?
Make it a double, with cherries.
Right.
Night.
What about the other thing?
Oh, I'll sleep on it. Night, night, everybody. Night, Mrs. Walker. Thanks very much for a lovely evening.
Oh, my pleasure, dear.
I'll come down with you, Maggie, May.
Oh, I think he means staggerback.
You know what time it is, don't you?
Yes.
Anybody's got a nice juicy bone, I will be in the doghouse.
Well, I can only second what Maggie's just said, Mrs. Walker. It has been a grand party.
Oh, not at all. Just a little get-together. No, what I really enjoy is entertaining in style. But I so seldom have the time, you see. Jack used to say that I was a natural-born hostess.
Yes, well, we never did a lot of having people in, you know. Me and my wife, God rest her. We led a very peaceful sort of a life, really.
Yes, well, chacun son goût, as they say.
Yeah, I can see I'm going to have to come to you for a bit of help and advice in that direction, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, any time, Councillor, you know that. I shall be only too happy to place my humble services at your disposal in any capacity whatsoever.
The thing is, I'm too old to change, too set in my ways.
Oh, I never thought I'd live to hear the day.
Admission of defeat.
Not exactly a declaration of war, is it?
There was a time when I used to crack onto all the birds and to you that I was a little tin god.
Like Ray is now.
No, more or less the same style.
Ah, you did, but you didn't take us in. At least you didn't take me in.
No.
Oh, no. We let you get away with it because it might have done you a bit of good and it didn't do us any harm. But you didn't take us in.
Now she tells me I wasn't a Casanova after all.
You see, you're all the same to us. Blokes. A mixture of friend and foe, man and boy, lover and louse. But whatever it is about you, you've all got something that makes you special to one particular woman. Don't ask me what it is or why. But it makes the whole flaming thing work, doesn't it?
Why the hell didn't she come round?
Possibly because she thought she'd be hearing the same things as you're saying to me about being too old to change. No woman wants to know that she's last in the line.
But we're not, you know. We're not like that. But what's the point of me kidding her on about marriage if I don't mean it? Unless she wanted to become.
You see, what we can never understand is why you blokes will take 99% of us, but not the other 100%.
If there was anybody, you know, it would have been her.
You know, I'm beginning to believe you.
All right, then. Call it lack of guts, if you like. You're right, you know. I'm not the guy you used to know. Oh, a bit older. Not much wiser. But a damn sight more scared.
Love, we're all scared. But what you've got to make up your mind about is whether you want to go on being scared on your own. Or you want somebody here with you that's just a bit more scared than you are. The point is, if there's somebody here, you can always reach out and take hold of their hand. Oh, not again. Wake up! Wake up!
Get off me!
Do you realise the state you're in?
What state? There's no state. I'm perfectly all right. Everything's in control.
You're absolutely paralytic.
Where have you been?
I've been round to Len's. He had a problem.
Well, I'm sitting here.
Oh, for God's sake, shut up.
And by the way, they were all listening down there, you know, at the Rover's return. I want you back in a quarter of an hour, Alan. Like a good little flaming boy, Alan.
I told you I had to go round to Len's.
I'm not going to stand for it, Elsie.
Look, it's me that's not going to stand for it,
I'm not
Alan.
a child, you know, to be told to go hither and thither, and you're just going around swanning around as you
Look,
feel
I
like
told you
it.
where I was going and you were too K-line to hear me.
Get knotted.
Don't you dare to tell me to get knotted. One thing I don't do, come on, flaming, rotten, drunken slob like you do. Oh! No, Maggie, I'm all right. It's just that I'm not my usual radiant self, that's all. Yes, Chuck, any time you like. Yeah, pop round. I'll be here. Ta-ra. Yeah, well, it was all over in the first round.
Yes, I came for my money back.
Yeah, well, you had a ringside seat, didn't you?
I was inside the ropes. Where's the other fella?
He's, I don't know, he's gone to work, I think. It wasn't as bad as it sounded.
Good. Do you want to talk about it?
What is there I can possibly talk about to you, Mr. Fairclough, sir, that your big lug-holes haven't already heard?
The thing is, I feel a bit guilty.
You do?
Keeping you talking last night.
Oh, it wasn't your fault. It been coming for a long time. You must have known that.
I needed somebody to talk to. Just that I forgot that other people have their problems too.
A word from Rita.
Didn't expect one.
Funny.
Well, tell me, I might laugh.
Here's me telling you about the joys of marriage.
And here's me not taking any notice.
That's right. Not much of an advertisement, am I?
You're going to be okay, Alan, and you know. You're not like some couples I know, loathing each other's guts.
Would have been fine. Left alone.
You still will be.
You don't have had some things to fight in this life, don't you, Len?
Here's to winning, eh?
It's to both of us.
There's plenty in his position who would have gone out of the way to be awkward.
I wouldn't
and
make
could
him
have
out
done.
that noble chum if I were you. There's such a thing as putting a face on it.
Ah, such a thing as dignity and all.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. It's something that some people pick up as they go along. Of course, there's them as never learn it at all.
You're a real bloke, I remember telling him once. Rita had been on about how you need a fella to lean on, and saying how you suddenly discovered that they're leaning on you and you've got to struggle to survive. He was a real bloke, Alan. Someone I could respect.
He still is, love.
You don't meet many of them in a lifetime, I tell you.
What's underneath doesn't change.
It did with Les.
No, not really. Les was always weak inside, from the word go. Oh, I bet he still keeps on at me about it, even now. She says I shut my eyes to what I don't want to see, but I didn't. With Les. I knew what he was. And I still went ahead. I mean, you do, when you love somebody.
And after he started drinking?
Elsie, Les was an alcoholic.
I think Alan is.
No.
Well on the way.
Because of last night?
Oh, no, it's a million other things besides. He's never without a drink in his hand nowadays, not even at home. I mean, we've had rows before, real humdingers. Neither of us are quiet little mice of people, and whatever rotten, however lousy he's always put his arm around us and give us a kiss after, however lousy he's been. But I don't think he even knew what he did. He walked out this morning and didn't even say a blind word.
Yes, well, they don't always remember.
They?
Would you like me to have a word with him?
Oh, Maggie. Maggie, what can you say that I haven't already said to him?
I could tell him the sheer soul-destroying agony of what it's like to be the wife of an alcoholic. I could tell him the torment you go through, till every nerve end is screaming and you're living in a black hell for 24 hours a day. And if he's got any feeling for you at all, Elsie, he'll listen. He'll listen.
It's all very well Alf Roberts doing a good loser spiel, mate. But let's face it, he was never in with a chance, was you?
With friends like him, who needs enemies?
Ah, no, not personal, mate. I reckon you'd have made as lousy a mayor as the next man. You've already got the corporation.
Well, that was my joke.
No, it's, well, with her round your neck, with the reputation she's got.
If you're referring to anybody in particular, I should name names.
Well, you know her as well as me.
You're talking about Rita,
Of
aren't
course
you?
I'm talking about flaming Rita. Oh, all right, she's a pretty fair piece. She's all right up for a bit of the other, but, well, you got to look at it from their point. She's lived with one bloke for years. Who knows how many other bits on the side, barnstorming like a fishwife in nightclubs. Well, she's not really what you call a social asset, is she?
Have you finished?
I'm just trying to tell him he'd be better off out.
I said, have you finished?
Yes.
Well, I suggest you get gone then. Oh, take no notice.
No, I didn't. Just that it was a hell of a job to keep me gob shut.
Yeah, I know. Why did you?
Well, some of the things he said about her didn't scan. I mean, I know Rita. I know the kind of a person she is. And that's good enough for me. But I've got to convince her of that. Then, of course, there's the other added thing that it had nothing at all to do with Rita that I didn't become mayor.
No?
No, they laid it pretty well on the line today, yesterday. They said that the thing that tipped the scales against me more than anything else was the fact that I hadn't been attended very many council meetings.
Well, it was
lately.
in Scarborough, weren't you?
Yeah, of course. The firm needed the lolly. Someone had to do the job. Why the hell did it have to be me?
What, 'cause Ray wouldn't go? Well, why the flipping heck didn't you tell him it was all his fault, him and his big mouth?
I would have done it one time. I just want to forget it now. Doesn't seem very important now, anyway.
She'll come round, Rita. You like pepper and salt, you two. You'll get together again.
Yoo-hoo! Oh, you're there. I just thought I'd pop in and see if I could give you a hand with the tidying up after last night's
Yes,
mess.
well, I did most of it after they'd gone. It's not in my nature to go to bed and leave a pigsty of a house.
Oh, no, of course not. Well, it would have had a cordial do.
Councillor Roberts seemed to think so.
Yeah, when's it getting consummated?
What?
Him being made mayor.
Oh, April, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of proper parties then, of course.
Yes, I suppose so. Of course, isn't everyone who likes large-scale entertaining. Discerning people very often prefer the more intimate little affair.
As the actress said to... Mind you, there was some present last night as had very nasty after effects.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah. Shocking.
Well, now, could I get you a stomach powder or perhaps a little aspirin?
Oh, not me. No, I'm not in the habit of over-imbibing. A lady always knows when to stop, as my dear mother, God rest her, used to say. Of course, not that Alan Hard's a lady, and he's certainly no gentleman neither.
No, that must put him in a very confusing position.
Going at it. Blue murder they was last night. Edna G says Elsie phoned in this morning to say she wouldn't be into work due to a slight temperature. But if you ask me, he's bashed the hell out of her. Ooh, some men get like vicious wild beasts when they got a few drinks inside them.
Quite. And who would know better than you, Mrs. Ogden?
Did you have to drag Maggie into it?
Didn't drag her into it, she volunteered.
All the gory details, I suppose.
I had to talk to somebody, hadn't I?
Naturally.
Some things that happen in this life that you can cope with all on your own. And then other things, and they're just shattered here, and you fall apart inside. And all you need then is just to reach out and touch somebody.
Should have been me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there, was I?
Not in the way I wanted, no.
Do you think I'm an alcoholic?
Oh, Alan, I don't know, do I? I don't want to think that, do I?
I'm not, I promise you.
Look, what difference does it make? It's just a word. Alcoholic, drunk or not drunk. All I know, you hit me so hard last night.
Elsie,
Yes?
I do love you.
Yes.
In spite of...
Yeah, look, if I didn't think that, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be on that train with my bags back on the way to our Linda's.
So it will go on.
Of course. But not the way we've been going on.
It's Fraser.
Aye, well, it started with him, didn't it? All the little drinkies at lunchtime, starting before 12 o'clock and ending after midnight.
I know.
Well, if you know, why don't you stop?
Well, I can't stop, you know.
Can you?
I don't need Maggie Clegg to talk to me, love. I'm not a complete idiot. I know what can happen.
What has happened?
If I say to you that it will never happen again, is there a chance that you believe me?
I might give you a chance to prove it.
Oh, don't worry, he's not going to jump on you from behind that filing cabinet or out.
It's not funny, Jerry.
No, I know it's not. I wouldn't have bothered else.
Bothered with what?
Well, interfering's not my style as a rule, but...
It's a good habit. I'd stick to it.
Yeah, well, I would have. I wouldn't even have asked you around here if it hadn't been for Len being a good mate of mine and you being somebody I think is...
It's no secret I'm not exactly your most favourite girl.
No, that might have been true at one time, but it's not been true for a while now. Len was only saying this morning that something about knowing the sort of person you really are and it being good enough for him, like.
Did he say that?
Look, if I thought I put the facts to you, perhaps you might...
About him phoning me? To make it up? Before he knew he wasn't going to be married?
Well, who told you that?
Elsie did, last night. She said all the things you'd probably say if I let you. And I believe you both. Only it doesn't make any difference.
Well, he wants you, Rita.
Yeah, I know.
Well, don't you care for him anymore? Is that it?
I wish it was.
Well, look, if you both want one another, what's the problem?
It's just not enough, Jerry. That's all.
To the perfect hostess from a grateful Alf Roberts. Of course, you know, I did have a great deal of experience as an official hostess when I was president of the Lady Victuallers.
Huh?
Put these in water, Bet, dear.